Okay, and we're on. Hello, everybody, and welcome to I Turned on a Microphone, the first episode of I Turned on a Microphone. If your first
It's a
time,
good title.
well, thank you, sir. Thank you very much. If you're first time visitors to this channel, I'm Darren Jr. I'll be your host, and I'm joined by Miller Farrow. This is going to be
Hi.
my first guest for this episode. Miller, how you doing?
Good.
And Miller, I work with him over at To the Last Credit. We do a lot of cool things over there, so please check that out. And yeah, I wanted to bring him on because and also just for some housekeeping. This is going to be a weekly podcast, and this is pretty much I've been having this itching in my brain for a little bit. I pretty much just wanted to have a guest or just myself or whatever. We'll see how it goes. Just talking about stuff regarding the film industry or film itself or a certain film or just certain things that I want to talk about. But I also want to share with other people and get their insight on whether we agree, disagree, have some discourse. So. Yeah, there's that, and I kind of perked up to this format, so there's that. So yeah, this podcast will just consist of me or friends or colleagues of mine, or just me. Whenever I run out of friends, we'll see how that goes. So, but today we're going to be discussing the films of the first quarter of 2018. And the reason I really wanted to do this because I think 2018, at least the first 3 months, I'm just getting ahead of myself, but I think the first 3 months of 2018 have been spectacular. I think they really have shown us some great films, and not even even if some of these films aren't of the greatest quality, they are still stuff to talk about. Some of these films still do take risk. And also this has been a great 3 months for diversity. We've had a lot of movies with female leads. We've had we've had a box office smash with an all black cast. We've had Love, Simon, which is a romantic comedy about a person coming out. So, yeah, I think and we've had some great Avenger films, and we've had some great comedies. I think this has just been a really cool year so far. Miller,
Some great what?
You said what?
You said some great Avengers films?
No, comedies. Adventures. I said adventure.
Oh,
films.
Adventures. Okay. I'm like, we haven't.
Hopefully, we'll have a great Avengers film, but
Yeah, hopefully.
But Miller, what are some of your general thoughts on the year so far? Do you share my enthusiasm, or you're just like, it's in?
I think you're going a little too far with spectacular, but I do like your reason that even if, regardless of what you think of some movies, like they are important and leading the way for other films of their kinds. But yeah. Like the films in 2018 that my favorites, I have really loved. So
yeah, and this is it's because even some of the sleepers, some of the crappy ones, I'm just like, you know what, I'm going to remember you. So going forward, after that, we're just going to talk about. So we're going to discuss. We're going through each month. We're going to go through all 3 months and just discuss some of our favorites, some of the ones that kind of stood out. So yeah, we're just going to go ahead and do that. Alright, so the beginning of January was when I was just like, this is going to be a shit. I wasn't completely on board, except for The Commuter. The Commuter is great. And Miller, one day you're going to see it, and you're going to agree with me. But
yeah, I'll see it on HBO at 3 a.m.
It is look, guys, there's a scene in the movie where Liam Neeson beats someone to death with a guitar. It's amazing.
See, yeah, that sounds fun. Those movies aren't always for me, even though I really liked The Shallows.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I'll definitely be looking up that scene on YouTube.
I don't know what he does because these are films that should just be. He just knows how to direct a good B movie. These are just really.
That's it. That seems to be the case.
Yeah, these are just really breezy action films. Even Run All Night wasn't super enjoyable. The Shallows was pretty good. That was one of my least favorites of his, but I liked Unknown. I mean, this Joam Colette Serra? He knows how to just direct a really fun B movie, and it's The Commuter is about people coming together, and just Liam Neeson beating someone with a guitar, and Patrick Wilson's really great in it. Vera Farmiga's really great in it. Did I say Liam Neeson beat someone to death with it? It's great. Just check it out when you get a
Patrick
chance.
Wilson in a lot of it?
Yeah, he is.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he is. Vera Farmiga is not, but
oh, that's surprising.
yeah, and also it's a Conjuring reunion. So
yeah, that's true.
And also, just another quick shout out. the Maze Runner: The Death Cure. Did you check that one out?
No, I never got around to it.
Okay, so let me just tell you, Maze Runner: The Death Cure, look, it is way too long. It's kind of like the Scorch Trials. It keeps going and going and going.
See, yeah, that's what made me hesitant, because I'm like, I like movies, I like these final movies where you're like, I think they're like, regardless if they're good, there's a good energy about them. Because, like, the people who are like, okay, this is the final one, we gotta try our hardest, like, they're not, usually, I mean, there are some cases, but usually they don't try to just bullshit it.
Yeah, and in this one, they try to go all the way. They try to go really go for it, but it is way too long. But the good thing about this movie, it's punctuated by fantastic action. Like, the action from the start of this movie to the end, like, how they start the movie with this train chase, and then it just leads into all these great set pieces, and there's such a variety. There's shootouts, there's punch-outs, there's jumping, there's a lot of stunts, there's a lot of great stuff in here. There's like, they run away from all these explosions. I know that sounds kind of uninteresting, but there's this scene where these giant guns activate and they just have to run through the city, and it's all just it's no music, it's a scoreless scene. You're just listening to the sound effects, and man, is it just like, it's edge on your seat stuff. And Wes Ball, I really want him to see him direct a 90-minute action movie, but something a little shorter. But I really want to see what else he's going to do. And also, like, Dylan O'Brien, I think the cast really gives it all, and it feels like a nice ending. If they really, because they didn't like split this one in two, it's a nice little trilogy. It feels like a nice ending, and if you follow this thing through, because I read the first book and I like the Scorch Trials quite a bit. I like this movie. If you followed it all the way through, I think it's a nice conclusion to this franchise. But yeah, I mean, I enjoyed it. But yeah, those are two that you should really check out. But moving into stuff that I know Miller has seen. And another reason I really wanted to bring Miller on here, not only because of his great insight, but also he's seen a majority of these movies. So, that too. And moving on, let's just you haven't seen that. I'm just going to say, Cloverfield Paradox is shit. Anyway.
I haven't talked about January yet.
Oh, we did?
Well, I didn't talk about him.
Oh, did you see anything in January?
I saw 2 movies I want to talk about.
Oh, I am so sorry. Go ahead.
That's fine. I like that you didn't think I saw anything in January.
I thought you didn't think you. Yeah, I didn't think you did. But yeah.
I saw Paddington 2. Ooh. Great movie. I didn't love the first one. I thought it looked horrible from the trailer, but the reviews were great, so I saw it anyway. And it didn't win me over the way it did a lot of people, but the sequel definitely, like, I got the hype. I saw it later, but because this is just everything that the first film isn't, and it's a very tight movie, and I hope they get to do a third one if they want, because I like these characters, and I would like to see what other kind of adventures they get into. But actually, come to think of it, this is also a nice conclusion if they wanted to end it there. But yeah, definitely go check out Paddington 2. Oh, and Hugh Grant, he's fantastic. One of his best performances of his career.
Well, I mean, its budget is $40 million. It's made $237 million.
Holy shit!
So, I think they have room to make another.
Yeah, I just wasn't sure if it was something they wanted to keep pursuing, or. But yeah, the other movie I saw. This is my fault, but I saw Forever My Girl, mm-hmm. Which, as soon as the trailers were coming on in the theater, I knew I made a mistake. Because I'm like, oh, is this a Christian movie? Because Christian movies, like, there's an audience for them.
Very, very hit and miss, though.
Yeah, but if you're watching a bad Christian movie, yeah, that's not good. But, which I'm not sure if Forever My Girl was, but I thought the romance stuff was handled, well, I like movies. Like cheesy romances like that. But yeah, just the other stuff was very like heavy-handed and it was like very over dramatic. Which, yeah, with a movie like that it's like even worse. But yeah, the other January release was Mom and Dad, which this is one that I think is definitely worth it just for the premise alone. If the premise sounds interesting to you, chances are you're going to enjoy the movie. But yeah, the director is Brian Taylor, who he and Mark Neveldine, they did the Crank franchise. Still hoping for Crank 3. But Brian Taylor, yeah, he's proven himself that he's a really, like, he and Neveldine together, I mean, they're hit or miss with some of their films because they have Crank, but then they have Ghost Rider, which that was a whole other story, and then Gamer.
They directed Gamer?
Yeah.
Oh, I did not know that.
But, yeah, I love the energy they bring to their movies regardless, or try to bring. But yeah, and Brian Taylor definitely captures that with his movies. But yeah, Mom and Dad is it's just something that you're watching and you can't believe that you're watching what is happening on your screen. You're just like, they are pulling no punches. They don't care who they offend. It's crazy Nick Cage, which is great because crazy Nick Cage is like you're in for a fun time. And Selma Blair is also
yeah, that's one thing I was curious. So Selma Blair, does she match the craziness of Nick Cage, or?
Yeah, because it works because it's different. Like, it doesn't feel like they're trying to like out crazy each other. It's just like Nick Cage is doing his crazy things and like Selma Blair's doing hers, but like with them as performers and how they and just the characters they were set up in the movie, it fit really well. And there's something that happens later on in the movie that they were teasing like the entire movie, and I just like when it happened, like I figured it out right before it happened, and I was just like, oh, that's genius. But yeah, so definitely go check out Mom and Dad. January. I mean, I didn't see enough in January to really say like I was shit, or it was But yeah, those are two movies at least that I'd say worth checking out. Forever My Girl is it's kind of like Mom and Dad, where if you know what you're getting into and that's appealing, yeah, check it out.
Yeah, I mean, January to me was just like it's slow start. Like, I mean, I really liked The Commuter. I really liked the Deaf Cure, but it was just
I kind of wanted to see Insidious, but like whenever I had an option to, I was just like
same.
Just don't.
Like Insidious and Winchester, which let's just go ahead and move into February. Insidious,
you didn't see Winchester, right?
No. I went in there to get some points for my Regal card and then walked away.
You left?
Because when the trailers were starting, I was just like, do you really want... Because I wanted to leave after the trailers and as the movie started, just not to be weird. But then I was like sitting in the theater, I was all there by myself, and I was just like, Maria Menounos is on screen and everything, and I'm just like, do you really want to do this, or do you just want to go home? And I was just like, I'm just going to go fucking home.
And just so people who are listening, we have movie passes. So Darren did not pay for the movie, then leave.
Yeah. So yeah, I'm not like reigning. Yeah, I don't have all the money in the world. No? I just I have my movie. I scanned my movie pass, and I was just like, you know what? I might sit in for a little bit of Winchester, and then I was just like, no. So yeah, but Winchester and Insidious, those are just movies where it's just like, yeah, like you said, you have the opportunity, you have the time, but you just don't wanna sit through them. Yeah,
like I'd watch Insidious if it's on Netflix.
Yeah, like
because I've seen the other ones, and I think they are varying in quality, but it's a unique franchise overall. Like the fourth one is just like, okay, it got pushed from October. Like Lee Winnell made his directorial debut with the third one, and he did a great job. But you just like there's a reason it got moved from October to January.
And I will say the third one has a fantastic... I haven't seen the third one. I want to because of the trailer. The trailer is fantastic for that movie. How they use tiptoe to the window is great. But yeah, moving into February, like I said, you haven't seen this one. You don't need to. The Cloverfield Paradox is shit. It's awful. It's so bad. And it really... It's one of those movies that really ruins that franchise. And not ruins the franchise. Let me correct that. It just it stops it dead to the point of like, oh God, do I want more of this? So
yeah. That's the sad part is I would have if it was in theaters like it was supposed to,
mm-hmm.
I would have watched it.
And there's some shots that are just like I'm not gonna lie, as much as I did not like the movie, there are some things about it I would have liked to see that in the theater. There is a claustrophobic sense to it. The CGI was done by ILM, so I mean it looks great. Like all the space shots when the movie opened, when I was watching it on Super Bowl night. I was just like, I was watching it on my phone. I was just like, I want to see this in a theater because this looks awesome. The opening shot is on the space station, and that would have been great. And even the last shot would have been great in an IMAX theater, even though it completely ruins it completely throws off the Cloverfield franchise. But yeah,
I'll watch it before Overlord probably.
You don't have to, man. You don't.
I gotta get that sense of completeness.
And another thing too, just one more thing. It's just it tries to explain the rules of a shared universe when it just doesn't have to. But moving on.
Yeah, that's why it's a shared universe. It's just natural.
Moving on to two things you have seen. Yeah. Okay. Go ahead, Miller. 50 Shades of Freed. Go ahead. Do it.
50 Shades of Freed. Not as good as 50 Shades Darker, but a satisfying end.
For those who don't know, Miller loves the 50 Shades franchise.
I mean, almost, because I think the first one is very hit or miss. Like, it doesn't know exactly what it wants to be, but after 50 Shades Darker came out and Freed, it's like, okay, this franchise knows what it wants. It's easier to go in and accept 50 Shades of Grey, but yeah, it does have some slowness to it. But the other movie, but yeah, almost one of my favorite trilogies, with the exception of 50 Shades of, or maybe one of my favorite trilogies still, because it still has enough there. But the other movie I saw this weekend was 1517 to Paris. Yep. You didn't see this, right?
No, I did not.
Yeah, this movie this might be the weirdest movie I've seen this year. Because you have, okay, I'm fine with them having the real people portray it, because I think that's more interesting than having actors play it. And so it's like, okay, the acting's not going to be, may not necessarily be the best. I thought it was fine for what it needed to be. But the weird thing is you have talented actresses like Jenna Fisher, mm-hmm. And Judy Greer, and they're very off. Like, I don't like it doesn't feel like a real movie. Someone said it felt like Tommy Wiseau directed it, and they're so right.
Oh wow.
It's worth, I think it's worth watching, or worth watching some of it, because it does feel long. Yeah, it's just such a bizarre movie that you're like, how does this exist? Why did Clint Eastwood direct it? But it does. And it's just, I think there are movies like, you haven't seen Fruitvale Station, right?
No.
Okay, but yeah, that's a movie that very much leads up to a specific event, mm-hmm. but it works. They develop everything really well up to that point. And 1517 to Paris is the same thing, but you're just like, okay, it happens, it's over. The movie's over, it's like, okay,
Isn't
whatever.
it only like 10 minutes too?
Yeah, I think it's fine, but if you made the rest of the movie interesting, it wouldn't have been a problem. But that it's not, it stands out.
See, my problem, and look, I haven't seen the movie, but I think it's a director problem. It's Clint Eastwood.
Yeah, clearly a director problem.
Yeah, because that can work, what he did, and that is the allure of the film, having the actual people relive those events. But you need a good director to direct those actors to be actors. Like, because I've heard...
Yeah, and the actor and the actual actresses to be actors as well.
Because, I mean, a good actor can still have a bad performance. You just need a good director to pull that out of them. And you can have a bad actor give a great performance with a great director. So it's just... I mean, Eastwood's setup is... Because I've heard, like, he's fantastic on set. He's very nice and everything. But his setup is... one or two takes. Like, he doesn't, one or two takes, and we got it. Like, I think there was one thing with Armie Hammer, he was doing something for J. Edgar, and Armie Hammer was just like, he thought he was practicing his line, and Clint Eastwood said cut, and Armie Hammer was just like, wait, what? So, but that was the shot.
I haven't heard that.
That was the shot, so, yeah, just, Clint, you gotta change your thing. But, moving on, do you have anything else to say about 1517 to Paris?
No.
But moving, I like the title.
Yeah.
But moving on to Friday, February 16th, Black Panther, which is a movie that Miller is wrong about. But I'm joking. But Black Panther is a movie I really enjoyed. I saw it 3 times.
Only 3.
Only 3. Wait, what? Did I only see it 3 times?
I think you saw more.
I might have seen it a 4th.
Yeah, I think you went the Monday,
I went to
Thursday,
a screening.
And then I think you saw it like Sunday or something. And you said you were thinking about going back.
No, I saw it 3 times. Yeah,
okay.
I've seen it 3 times. But I went to a screening, saw it Thursday, and then I went again with a friend on Sunday. So I've seen it 3 times. But yeah, I still really like it. The score is probably the best I've heard this year. Chadwick Boseman's great. The ensemble, Can't Get Killed, Margaret on My Head. Lupita Nyong'o is great. Diana Gura, great. And it excites you for Infinity War, and it also just really solidifies the fact that Marvel is allowing these movies to not be episodes. They're allowing these movies to be like, hey, this is your corner of the universe. You do your thing. There's a giant purple man coming. We know that, but we don't have to worry about that right now. Just make your movie, do your thing. They allowed Ryan Coogler to implement what he does, to talk about social things, to allow the characters to be black. To allow those characters to say things that you wouldn't necessarily hear from a big budget movie, and that was nice, and how personal it still felt to Ryan Coogler. So that's one of the things I really enjoyed about Black Panther, and it's just a really great movie. And Miller, your thoughts on Black Panther? Have they changed at all? Or are they still kind of the same?
No, but I've also only saw the movie the one time, so yeah, I think it's all right. I think the problem is the first half the pacing and structure is really off, and it throws off the rest of the movie to the point that, like, the final battles, like, yeah, the climax, I'm enjoying it. Like, I think it's well put together, besides some dodgy CGI.
The CGI is still awful. It is still
that is so weird,
really
though.
Bad.
Like,
I mean, I don't know if it was rushed or
if Kevin Feige wanted his bonus.
Yeah, because and that's another thing. Like, usually CGI. I mean, I don't think the CGI in Marvel movies particularly age well. But usually when it's on screen, it looks great. But, like, with that movie, it was just like, what is going on? Especially, like, it looks really bad in IMAX. When it's on a smaller screen, it's kind of a little better. But, I mean...
Yeah, but that's the problem is, like, they're advertising it, go see it in IMAX.
Because it's nice in IMAX. Yeah, and, like, whenever you see it in IMAX, like, Wakanda, whenever they go into Wakanda, the screen widens up. And it's a nice little effect. But, I mean... You're kind of thrown off by the weird CGI dome men running around punching each other.
Yeah, but there's a lot, even with all my problems, there's a lot great about it. The Michael B. Jordan, one of the best, you've heard it, one of the best, maybe the best MCU villains. And, yeah, this is just like, Lupita Nyong'o, I don't think she gets used the best in a lot of movies she's in, but here, yeah, she's everything she needs to be, and she plays that really well. So, yeah, worth seeing once, but I have really no desire to go back to it.
I'm still doing that double feature, man. I'm still doing it on April 27th. If it's there, I don't know if it will be there, but if it's there, I'm doing the double feature between Black Panther.
That doesn't bother you that you'll be watching Black Panther while other people are watching Infinity War?
A little bit. But I mean, I have to see it in 2D. I cannot do IMAX 3D. I can't do it.
So the 7 o'clock is IMAX 3D for you?
Yes, and the 10:45 is
because mine IMAX 3D is 11, and I'm like,
you're going at 11?
No, I'm not going 11.
Oh,
I'm going to the 7 at IMAX 2D.
Oh, you lucky son of a bitch.
But see, Darren and I are in the exact opposite positions because we want what the other has. But yeah, I was like, do I want to go to the 11 IMAX? But I'm just like, I can see it again. It's Infinity War. Like, people are going to be like, I just want to see it at 7 o'clock.
Yeah, I mean, that was me, too. I was just like, I have to see it on Thursday. Like, I mean, if I don't see it on Thursday, you can't not say anything.
You can't show your face if you don't see it
on
Thursday.
That's it. So, yeah, I just wish it was earlier, because you guys are all going to see it. I got to mute the notifications and everything, because I don't want to know anything, so... I'm just gonna and I don't want to. I have to walk through the hallways with my earphones in just in case anybody. It's just like, man, that was crazy when Thanos impaled Hawkeye. It's just like, oh no.
Yeah, who knew? That's where Hawkeye was. He died at the.
But yeah. Oh yeah. Just speaking of another thing on February 16th. Early Man is a movie I missed. I really wish I actually got to see it. It looked kind of charming. I like those stop motion films from the guys who did Wallace and Gromit. But it was kind of buried by Black Panther.
Did you see it?
No, I wanted to see
it. Okay.
But
I really like Aardman.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't like the last. I don't think I liked the last movie they made. I don't remember if the Pirates Band of Misfits. I didn't like that.
That looked so funny. It wasn't a good.
Yeah, it looks great. But then I saw it. I'm just like, it's so dry and forgettable. But yeah, most of all.
Oh, sorry. Shaun the Sheep is amazing. I just gotta say.
I don't like Shaun the Sheep either. That was the okay.
Oh, you have no heart.
Again, looked great, but I saw it and I was just like, please end. But yeah, it was just one that I was like, I want to care, but I just don't.
So, yeah, moving on to the 23rd, and this is going to be a back-to-back because... Well, no, this is not going to be a back-to-back. Miller's seen 2 of these movies, and I have only seen 1 of them. Game Night.
I've seen 3 of these movies, actually.
Oh, you've seen 3 of them. Oh, so my bad. Game Night. So, I still have not seen it because my theater's doing weird shit. They're only playing Game Night in the VIP section, and I can't get in there with my movie pass, so...
What does that mean, VIP section?
We have a VIP 21 and up section at the movie theater, and you can go in there. They have nice little, they have drinks and food and whatnot. So you can go in there and do that.
There's no other theaters playing in here.
Oh, I didn't know that. Well, yes, they are. I might see it tomorrow. I just looked it up. Yeah, I didn't know that, but yeah, there are other movie theaters. Yes, I might go do that tomorrow. So
if Darren hadn't uploaded this, he'll splice in his thoughts on Game Night if he sees it. Is there anything else you want to say about it?
Oh no, I mean it looks funny. It looks funny. I'm glad that this movie kind of got people more excited and on board with the director's directing. Flash or Flashpoint or whatever the hell it's going to be called. And I like that one of the critics I follow, he said it's a very cinematic comedy, which that's one of the things that really excites me. So
yeah, I would agree with that.
But what are your thoughts on Game Night?
I loved it. It was one of my favorite. It's one of my favorite movies. It's like my 3rd favorite movie of the year. But it's just a comedy that. I mean, you have the cast that the chemistry is clearly there, and it's a comedy that it really takes a lot of opportunities with the jokes. It doesn't ever feel like it's trying to get a joke out of something that just isn't there, but there's they look like they had a script and then they had dialogue and there was we don't have some jokes here, but then let's add something clever, and it just feels natural within the conversation. But yeah, what the critic you follow said, it's very cinematic comedy. There's a tracking shot which is absolutely incredible.
Yeah, I've heard that too. Yeah,
it's so good, and it's just just a direction the movie goes. It keeps it exciting, but it's never too much.
Yeah, I mean, like, I just hopefully those two can be like the DC universes, because they're just in the same position. They came from comedy, so hopefully and I think they came from TV too. Didn't John Francis Daly do Freaks and Geeks?
Yeah, I'm not sure if it was Freaks and Geeks, but yeah, it could have been. But it was, yeah, I'm pretty sure they did something TV.
Yeah, so hopefully they can be like the Russo brothers of the DC universe. But I'm excited for game night. The funny thing is the trailers never made me laugh. So seeing all of this, all the buzz around it is exciting. So hopefully when I see it, there's a bit of a crowd. Or if there's not, I can just laugh by myself. But yeah, moving on to Annihilation. Annihilation, I fucking love this movie. This is one of my favorite movies of the year. I think it is my favorite movie of the year, I think. Yeah, I'm pretty sure. But, yeah, I love this movie. I read the book. And this is one of those situations for me where I read the book. The book and the movie are completely different. Absolutely different. But they have this spirit. They both have the same spirit and that same weirdness about them. I just love it. I love Natalie Portman in this film. Gina Rodriguez and Tessa Thompson, man oh man, do they... like, Gina Rodriguez, I've watched Jane the Virgin. She's great on it. And seeing her just play an absolute reverse and seeing her go crazy a little bit and her comedic timing in this movie is great. I like having those characters. Like, she pretty much is the Bill Pullman from... Bill Paxton from Aliens, the Game Over Man, and she's just constantly losing her shit. I like that Tessa Thompson is playing a very quiet and reserved role from what we saw from her in Thor Ragnarok as Valkyrie. So, just playing this really shy character that does not want to be there, but she has to be there because of her job. Yeah, I just really love this movie. It's very weird. It's very uncomfortable. It's very unsettling. And Alex Garland just proves that he is a sci-fi master, that he's really great at crafting these tales about these small groups of people going and confronting this craziness and how they deal with that. So I really liked Annihilation. How about you?
Yeah, I thought it was good. It's not something that I really pondered a lot about after I saw it, or that I really had much interest to see again. But yeah, I definitely think Alex Garland is talented, and I'm curious to see what he does next. And the cast did a great job, and you have like Gina Rodriguez in a role that could very easily be too much of like just come off as annoying, but she does that perfectly. And yeah, Tessa Thompson, kind of more how she is in Creed.
In Creed, yeah.
There's more subdued.
But like in Creed, like she's stronger. Like this is
very different. But like just compared to her other roles recently, I would say it's most similar to Creed. But yeah, everyone else, great job, and Oscar Isaac. It's always great to see him.
Oh yeah, and I want to throw out Jennifer Jason Leigh. Yeah, she was great too.
Mm-hmm.
And this movie also contains another one of my favorites. I like the guitar riff they have in this movie. It's very simple but effective, and also just the pure. I can't say the title because if you haven't, there's a score in the movie toward the end. I can't say the title because if you haven't seen the movie, it's a spoiler. But it is madness, and how it matches up with what you're seeing on screen is incredible. So please go out and see Annihilation. I mean, if you live outside the United States, it's on Netflix, so it's free technically.
But yeah, I think the third act kind of gets a little too much. Like, I think they could have done it in a more direct way. But I admire it for Alex Garland to do exactly what he wanted to do.
Yeah, I still maintain the argument that if you did the last shot of the movie is up for debate, but I think the sequence, the last set piece of the movie, I think if you listen to what Tessa Thompson was saying, or her character was saying, she explained what was happening, and what happened. So just pay attention, folks. And what was one thing? Oh, yeah, and this is another movie that stands out for me. And along with Game Night. Game Night is a successful studio comedy, and we have another one of those coming out this week. That's getting a lot of buzz with Blockers, but it's a successful studio comedy. Annihilation is a high-concept sci-fi movie with an all-female cast. That's great to see, and I want to see more of that. And then we have Every Day. Miller, go. Tell us about Every Day.
Every Day it's all right. It's very, I think it handles its heavy subject matter very well. It can get a bit maybe not. Or yeah, it definitely feels like, now I'm forgetting what the problems I had with it, but it can feel its length or get a little overbearing. But it definitely takes, it's a unique concept, and it definitely takes a full. It definitely takes full. What is the word? Why can't I talk? It's definitely takes like all the chances it should have with the concept like it did, and I like moody teen dramas, and this is one of the. It's not Before I Fall, but it's better than it. It's better than it could have been, based on like when I first saw the TV spots. I'm like, yeah, this could really go either way.
Yeah, I mean, I might catch it on Redbox or something. It still sounds kind of horrifying the way you described it. This thing and happening, because I thought it was honestly just like something that just changes its form every single time, but it inhabits people and possesses them for a day.
Yeah, I thought it was just a person that looks different every single.
Yeah, but what you described, I was just like, that is terrifying. That's like that's scary. But that could be a completely different movie. But yeah, and moving. Oh yeah, did you see Mute?
No, I didn't.
Okay, I didn't see Mute either.
I mean, what do you think going on with Duncan Jones?
I still haven't lost faith in him.
No, I haven't either. Yeah, I think he's talented. Like, I liked Warcraft.
I like Warcraft too.
But I could like Mute for all I know. But
same.
But I'm just like,
I don't know. It's not Duncan Jones. It's Netflix. It's just Netflix is, or like since Cloverfield Paradox and Bright, I've lost faith in their films, man. I mean, it's like they are either buying the wrong stuff or they're making the wrong stuff. But everybody wants to always talk about Mudbound, when it's just like they acquired that, but they didn't make it. Like, that's their one. But everything else is just like, yeah, Bright, you got Cloverfield Paradox, you have all, and they lead with this stuff so much, like, oh, look at what we have, look at this shiny new thing. But you're just
But there's only like a handful of shows that people would actually care about if you canceled on there.
Yeah, but I'm not even talking about shows. I'm just talking about.
Yeah, but I mean, kind of same goes for movies.
Yeah.
Stop making those type of movies that people won't care.
So I mean, we'll see with Netflix. Hopefully they can. I mean, they still have the Scorsese, The Irishman coming. So
that's gonna open. I think that's gonna open a lot of doors for them.
Hopefully. I mean, I think doors are already open, because even with Bright, they're still showing people, hey, we gave this guy a budget and look what he did. I mean, sure, it's shit, but like he was allowed to.
Oh no, I just mean opening doors for them from like their perspective of like, okay, this is maybe a direction we should be taking.
I think they should. I don't want to go on. Okay, well, let's just go on. Quick Netflix tangent. I think they should do, because are you talking about like the theatrical releases?
I think I don't think they're not, because I think they're going to give Scorsese what he wants, and what Scorsese wants is a theatrical, like a big theatrical release.
Because I think bottom line, because even what Spielberg was talking about, which I don't disagree with him. I mean, is it a little old fogarty? Is it a little like past? Is it a little like it sounds like a cranky old man, and I can see that. But at the same time, like, if you're not going to put these movies in theaters, then if that is the format that Netflix says they are, then yeah, I guess it is a TV movie. But at the same time, just do what Amazon is doing. Just do what Amazon did. They put their theaters in there for a little bit. They get all that buzz. They can get awards acclaim, which I don't think the buck should stop at accolades. Like, you shouldn't just be worried about awards, but if they are, just you can get that buzz out there, and like if you put that in the theater, people go to the theater and say, "Oh, wait, that's on Netflix. Netflix is putting that out." Or have something special for your subscribers. Maybe the subscribers can see it for a discounted price in theater. I don't know, but just put your shit in theaters.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
Like, I mean,
I'm surprised Amazon hasn't done something like that.
Yeah. But,
I mean, it's different because it's not available for like several months,
But that's the thing, just make it available faster. Like, I mean, because to qualify for an Oscar, it just needs to be in there for a week. So just like put it in there for 4 weeks, and then 4 weeks later, it's on Amazon. It's on. You take it out of theaters, and it's on Netflix for a little bit.
Yeah.
So and just put it in like select theaters around the. I don't know. Just put it in like Atlanta, Atlanta, New York, LA. Just like put it in North Carolina. Just put it in those states alone, and you'll make certain people happy. But yeah, moving on to March. Did you see Death Wish?
No, I didn't.
Okay, yeah, I didn't. With everything going on too, I was just like,
I was not against the idea of that movie, but I was just kind of like, other stuff is going on now, and I'm like, I don't know. I feel like I'm kind of interested with it, and I like Eli Roth, but I feel like it's gonna be something I get in there and I regret watching.
Yeah, and it was one of those movies where I was just like, I'm just gonna, because usually I don't. If I want to see a movie, I'll go see a movie. But this movie, I was just like, I'm gonna check a review right quick. Oh, okay, no.
I feel better about my decision.
Yeah, I'll save my movie pass money. But did you see Red Sparrow?
No, I never got around to it.
Damn, I want to talk to you about that. But Red Sparrow,
It's still here, so I might see it, but probably not.
I liked it. I didn't love it. Like, it's not a movie that I will ever watch again because I don't like torture, and there's a shit ton of torture in this movie. There's a lot of torture in this movie, and they don't cut away. They make you watch it. They make you hear it, and it's just...
What kind of torture?
It's torture. It's tying someone to a chair and breaking their arms with a mallet and shit. It's torture.
See, it's bad. Is it bad that excites me? Like, that makes me want to see the movie.
A little bit, but
Darren's like, turning off the call now.
That's it, folks. That was the first episode of yeah, it's
just. I mean, but yeah, a part of why I enjoy it is that it's not real, obviously. So,
there's this one thing with skin. It's a device that removes your skin, and they use it on somebody, and it's a real device. It's a skin graft. Yeah. Ooh. They use a skin graft on somebody, and oh boy, is it just... And there's a knife fight. There's a knife fight in the movie that is just... Yikes. It is very close quarters. Ugh.
Oh, I'm looking up images of skin graft. But yeah, my problem with... I've kind of been hesitant about Red Sparrow is like... Even from the trailers, you can tell... And obviously the runtime is like... It's a very long movie.
Yes. And that's one of the things I don't think they handle well. They do not take the economy of their story, of their runtime. It is... Because there's a moment in there, and a lot of long movies have that moment where it's just like, is this still going? And then, like, the ending, you're just like, come on, guys. This was supposed to end, like, 5 minutes ago. But,
yes, these types of movies are why I'm glad recliner seats exist. Because, like, even with recliner seats, like, okay, the movie's bad. At least I'm comfortable.
Yeah. But I just this isn't a movie I do appreciate that Fox made. I appreciate that it exists because it takes chances, man. Like, I mean, and it's nice just seeing a movie that is odd amongst all the blockbusters. So and it's dark. Oh my God, is it dark? I did not expect it to be this dark. It is. It's not. If you're going in there to see an action movie, it is not an action movie at all. And it also proves that Jennifer Lawrence is a very brave actress. She's an extremely brave actress that will do anything for the story and just to show her talent. So that sounded weird, but yeah. Okay, but yeah, that was yeah, but like Red Sparrow is just a really interesting movie. It's a movie that had me thinking. So definitely check it out because you're not going to see most like that. And Foxtrot, I did not see. I heard things about it. But,
yeah, I didn't see it either, but same.
But moving on to March 9th, did you see Hurricane Ice?
No, I couldn't do it.
Okay, I went to the theater.
You were going to do it?
I was going to do it, because that was the night I was going to see Game Night, but I found out it was in VIP. So then I was just like, Hurricane Heist, it's 12 a.m. do I want to spend the rest of my night like this? It's just like, no.
I want to see the type of people you would have gotten with Hurricane Heist at 12 a.m.
Same. Probably just some, like, I would have bet some teenagers, a couple.
Rob Cohen.
Hey, buddy, you want to sit next to me? I directed Triple X. No one cares, Rob. No one cares.
I do, though.
I like Triple X. It was good.
Yeah, and he made Fast and Furious what it was. I mean, not what it became, but he established that franchise for like 4 movies.
Yeah. Not 4 movies.
Well, I mean, those 4 movies they felt like what he had started. That's what I meant. These 5 was like kind of, it was a reboot, but it was definitely like a reinvention.
4 takes itself way too.
4 is so bad. Oh my god!
It takes itself so seriously. It's just like, what is this?
But yeah. So Hurricane Heist, neither of us saw it. No. I kind of wanted to. Like, it looked, because that's the problem. Like, I think you could have done, like, put The Rock in it, and like have it take itself more seriously. I think it could have worked.
A little bit, but it's just, I don't know. I mean, it is a movie. This is a movie where it's just like, I kind of want to just get my points with it, but I just don't want to sit through it. So, maybe we'll do a commentary on Till the Last Credit one day. Like, this is definitely like a let's get some beers and throwback. But we did.
I keep forgetting Rob Cohen has directed some of the movies he did.
Yeah, like Stealth. But
yeah, Tomb of the Dragon.
Kill that franchise dead. But moving on to, we did see Wrinkle in Time, which is a movie that I liked the last 30 minutes of, and then the first 2 acts have just splotched. It's a movie of moments. That's pretty much it. I mean, it's just,
yeah. It definitely. I think I agree with Darren that it definitely finds itself in the last 30 minutes. Like, I don't think it still has problems, but it gets a better sense of its identity. But like the rest of it, you're just kind of watching like, okay, where is this? Like, what is this trying to be? Is this kind of all over the place?
Yeah, like the first 30 minutes is just, I mean, the last 30 minutes is just like, oh, there's a through line. Oh, and there's a character that I want to see do better and this and that. But the first 2 acts, I mean, the first I guess hour and a half of it is just like, it's just all, it's really, yeah, like you said, it's just all over the place, and she turns into a leaf dragon and this and that, and I like the character. I do like the character is flawed. I like the characters in like her love interest, and then like there's a tornado scene that's really cool. Like, there's some cool stuff in it, and also Oprah's speech to her about like, it took a lot for you to be here. You're not just some random thing. Like, everything that has led to you existing makes you important. I was just like, that's actually kind of sweet. So, like, this movie has some sincerity to it, but, yeah, it's just a really mixed bag. But I do appreciate that Eva went for it, at the very least. So, and then Disney allowed her to make this movie, so.
Yeah.
But, moving on to Strangers Pray at Night. I fucking love this movie. I love this movie. Yeah, it's a nice. It's one of the best slasher movies I've seen in a very, very long time. It's a nice throwback. It uses its soundtrack very well. The pool scene is amazing.
Oh, so good.
And it's
one of the ages.
Yes, and it's it's a great movie to see with a crowd. Like, if this movie's still in your theater on a weekend, go out on a Friday night and just check this thing out, because it's great. And the characters, like, you appreciate the characters, and it's scary. It's really scary, and it provides closure to this franchise, which is another thing I really appreciated, because this is not something that can go on forever. But, Miller, what are your thoughts on Strangers Pray at Night?
I enjoyed it a lot more than I thought it was going to, because I was probably like, this is going to suck. These just from the marketing just looked very, just very like, okay, we're making this sequel that nobody cares about. But yeah, they handled it well. And it offered a lot of surprises, and it was just a fun movie. It was just like, okay, let's just be a fun horror movie. It doesn't need to be great, and it succeeded at that. And like you said, the pool scene, fantastic.
Yeah, and they like you said earlier, a few weeks ago, they really like they're always zooming in the movie. They really took advantage of that in the pool scene.
Yeah, but I mean, besides that, it just came off as very, it looked very cheap.
It did look cheap, but I think it worked that cheap.
Yeah, in the pool, I just meant the zooming in.
Oh, yeah.
But in the pool scene, it worked really well. The ending,
I liked it. I mean,
I just think it's stupid. Like, it's just like, you didn't need to do that.
They didn't need to do that, but I like that, they just like, I mean, she's a little scarred. I took it as like her being still a little scarred from what happened.
Yeah, okay, yeah, that's a little better. I was just like, with some of the stuff they threw, like how crazy I got, I was like, okay, please just don't go a certain place. Because like these are human beings. Yeah. But
now I know what you're talking about. Okay. All right.
Okay.
Yeah, now I know how you took that. Okay, all right. I can see that.
Yeah, but if you it also depends on how you take it. But like Darren, like the way Darren said with how it's like, oh, it's a horror franchise. It's not that type of movie. But The Stranger shows that, oh yeah, it can be with how it concludes. But yeah, I definitely check it out. I wish the crowd I saw it with was more
alive.
Yeah, like there were a couple good reactions, like when that's a spoiler, but yeah, enjoyable movie. If you haven't seen it, I think it's still playing, or you can watch it on at home later on.
Yeah, both the crowd. If you watch it at home, get some friends.
Yeah, don't want it on.
But that's both of the crowd. The first crowd I saw it with, two people behind me wouldn't shut the fuck up. They just because I like theater audiences. I like that communicative experience, but sometimes you have to shut up. Like, do not commentate on the entire thing. If we're like in the second time I saw it, if we're all together and we're all saying at the same time, "You stupid son of a bitch, shoot her." If everybody is saying that, then that's okay because we're all like together. But like, if you're in the back and everybody's silent and you're just like, "Don't go in there, don't do that, man, he's so stupid, man, she's so stupid, this and that, just shut up." Like, we don't need all of your thoughts on it.
Yeah. Yeah, that's all I got. I mean, was there? Oh yeah, the other movie that came out is
Thoroughbreds.
Oh yeah, my favorite of the year.
Oh, it's your favorite of the year?
Yeah, it is.
Really? Oh.
Because this movie it ended, and I was just like, because I wasn't sure exactly where it was going, and then it ended. I'm just like, perfect. Like the length, it felt
a little long to me.
I think it was perfect because it felt short, but it wasn't like a case where I was like, oh, I was underwhelmed. And you have Anya Taylor-Joy, who she's great. I'm not someone who likes the Witch or the Witch, however you call it, but she's fantastic in it. Yeah, everything she does, you're just she's a standout. And then Olivia Cooke in another movie we'll talk about later,
she's
a little bit later.
Star, like she is a star.
Yeah, I'm so glad it worked. She's getting a lot after Motel because like she was the only one of the main cast that wasn't like established or that hadn't really done anything before. But yeah, she's doing a lot now.
Yeah,
but yeah.
Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
Just very, very punchy, alive, and have a lot of style, but never like overdoes it. It's just and like very dark, but like tiptoeing that line. Yeah, tiptoeing that line of like, oh, it's still like fun, and you really go on this journey with the characters, and of course, R.I.P. Anton Yelchin.
Yeah, and he's a star too, and just like, and also just not. I mean, also what you said. Why did I just forget her name? Anya Taylor-Joy. Yeah, Anya Taylor-Joy. She's great in it. That friendship they have, and also the fact that Olivia Cooke is really, and she sells it all the way. Because when the movie first started, I was just like, "There's no way she's not gonna like crack a smile here or there." Nope, she's just an emotionalist girl. Like, she has nothing. Like, it's completely blank, and she plays that all the way through. So, yeah, I mean, it's just a really spectacular movie, and like you said, tiptoeing on that line. I still think it is mostly just a really bleak movie. In the end, there's a shot toward the end of the movie that is horrifying. It is absolutely
so good.
It's great. It's great, but it's just like, yeah, but you just have that pit in your stomach. You're just like, what am I watching? But yeah, this is a fantastic movie. And moving on to Tomb Raider. What did you think of Tomb Raider?
I enjoyed it mostly. I think it takes a little bit to get going, and the ending or the climax is sort of like, okay, like you said, it gets rather generic. But one of the better video game movies, and Alicia Vikander. I hope whatever happens with this franchise, she keeps playing the role.
Yeah, make more. Definitely make more. Because, I mean, this is a movie that started out as a 2018 movie, then turned into a 2002 movie, to me. But
yeah,
overall,
I can see that. Yeah.
Overall, I dug it. Like, I really, really do dig this movie. I think it's the more I thought about it, and I want to see more of Lara Croft and Dana Wu's character. I think I really liked how they put that in. Like, they both lost their fathers and everything, so I think that's kind of cool. And also her like arc into turning into the Tomb Raider is cool. I think the way they set up the franchise is stupid, because that's not Tomb Raider, that's like Corporate Raider. But I'm not gonna go that far.
Yeah,
into
that's true.
But
and it was very much like, hey, you guys want to see another one?
Yeah, and it's just like, I like
you were
her
smart
already.
enough. Yeah.
But yeah, I had fun with it. I definitely, it's a fun movie, and it just goes back to like what I like about this year. Even some of the worst movies, or just some of the movies that don't work, I still walk away enjoying from. I haven't really seen a bad movie this year. I haven't seen a terrible movie this year. But moving on to Love, Simon, which is a movie I fucking hated the first 45 minutes of. Because,
I do hit the first 40.
Like, I honestly think I've been trying to figure it out, but I honestly think maybe it's because that just wasn't my high school experience. I don't know, or like just like
I like that because it wasn't mine either, but I like looking into other experiences.
Usually
like,
I do.
A lot different.
Usually I do, but these kids are so annoying. Like, I just hate it. They're like, oh, we're getting iced teas and this and that, and did you want to hear about my? Did you want to hear about my dream? And it's just like, I don't want to hear about your fucking dream. So it's just, I hate, like, they were really, really annoying. And then Martin came in, he was more annoying. It's just, everything was just a little too perfect and glitzy. I think that was just, that was it. But after that, when he met Blue and his relationship with the girl who plays Storm, I cannot not remember her name. But that actress, sorry.
That was Storm?
Yeah.
Holy fuck.
Yeah, that was, what's her name? Alexandra Shipp. Yeah. His relationship with Alexandra Shipp. His parents were great.
Oh, yeah.
Him and Simon and his dad have a great conversation toward the end of it, which is Josh Duhamel.
There's like 3 conversations that are like, have like similar meaning, and like you feel the weight with all of them.
And especially like Jennifer Gardner is amazing.
Yeah, she's so good.
Amazing. And like her speech was like, you're allowed to breathe. Like I almost started crying there because it's just like, wow, this is great, and it's a sincere movie. And even the ending, I know. So I was talking to someone at work. He really did not like it because it's just like he just didn't feel like that would happen in real life. But that's one of the things I did like about it. It's kind of out there, but it works, and you really are cheering for what's going to happen. But what did you think about Love, Simon?
I thought it was really good. I think it took a little bit for me to get into it. Like, I don't know if it just felt for like the first 15, 20 minutes, or maybe the first like 10, 15 minutes, it felt pretty standard. But after that, it really got going, and I think it's a film about not only being gay, but also like they worked it in a way to where it's just like being yourself and like being open, which is good because I think it gives it's just very appeasing without being like it's taking away from its main purpose.
Yeah. Or its main audience.
Yeah, main audience.
Because, you know...
But,
go ahead.
No, you can go. Okay.
It's your turn. I am the host. I am giving you permission to talk.
But, yeah, I think it gets into places where I think some of the characters can get annoying, but like...
Oh, you don't say.
Yeah. But I took that as like, okay, like I think they're being dumb when they're getting upset like this, but like I don't think it's a bad decision for the movie.
Yeah, and I grew to like a majority of them, even though I wanted to throw myself down the stairs while I was watching this movie. Well, the first 45 minutes of the movie. But,
why is that guy walking up the stairs? What did you?
Oh my god! Oh my! I don't want your iced tea. But yeah, I mean, or iced coffee. I don't fucking know.
I think it was coffee.
I honestly, like, for a minute there, there's another person we work with, a friend of ours, Dylan Boyd. He hates teenage movies. For a minute there, I was just like...
I get it.
Am I becoming... I was just like, am I becoming Dylan? Am I too old? And I was thinking, like, high school was only, like, 5 years ago, right? Like, why? What happened? So, I don't know. I was just like, I just hated all of it for a minute there. But overall, I really appreciate Love, Simon. But we got 3 more movies to go. Pacific Rim Uprising.
I thought it was alright. There's a lot to be enjoyed about it, but there's a lot that it could have been better in places. But I think it's getting like too much flack. Like there's stuff that people are saying, and I'm like, yeah, I don't really get that, or I don't think it was that different from the first film, which I also enjoyed more so, but I liked how colorful this one was.
Yeah,
I thought it worked. I think it works for a franchise like this. But yeah, it was all right. Could have been better. I want to see a third one.
I want to see a third one too. I don't think it's going to happen, but I want to see a third one. I think, or at least it won't happen here. I mean, I don't know. Maybe they can put one more out, but because it's not doing that good here, but it's doing fantastic overseas. So, yeah, but I liked it. It's a breezy action. I mean, it's a movie. I went to go see Robots versus Monsters. I got Robots versus Monsters. It's the same thing with Strangers. It's just like, what do you guys want? The movie's being what it's supposed to be. Just let it be. And there's some cool stuff in there. Like, does everything work? Does all the team dynamic stuff work? And apparently, like, does it kind of feel like a mashing together of a bunch of scripts? A little bit. But overall, this works a lot better than Independence Day Resurgence, I'll say that much. So, yeah, I mean, it's a good little fun Saturday morning cartoon. And I want to see more, hopefully. And moving on to Unsane, which is my second favorite movie of the year.
I forgot about Unsane. Go ahead.
Yeah, I fucking love this. Like, this is honestly one of my favorite theater-going experiences because knowing this was shot on an iPhone and how Soderbergh completely and utterly takes advantage of that format and creates this super claustrophobic, colorful, and scary environment is amazing. And it's the entire time you're watching, you're just like, what is he going to do next? And like, there's a scene between two characters, just they're stuck in the room and there are no cuts. They refuse to cut. They refuse to cut away or anything. It's just, you're just hovering around these characters as this this guy, this person, I don't want to spoil anything. This person is just breaking down and just losing his mind. And Claire Foy is amazing. The stalker is great. The guy from Saturday, Juno Temple, is unrecognizable. I had to keep reminding myself that was her. And Jay Farrow, I think he was kind of doing a Anthony Mackie impression a little bit.
I got that. I kind of got. Yeah, I could see that. I got a little bit of the. I'm trying to think of what he's been in, but the black guy in Game Night, if you remember him from the trailer, he's in Neighbors also.
No, but does he play the cop in Neighbors?
No, not
Hannibal Burgess.
Yeah, not him. He's one of the frat guys.
Oh.
But yeah, I kind of get. Yeah, I could see him. I got a little bit of him mixed with Anthony Mackie.
Yeah, but I mean, I love this movie. I love the ending. I love how crazy it gets, because I did not expect it to be slasher-ish, if that makes sense. I'll say I didn't expect there to be death in this movie, and there's a lot of it. So, yeah, I absolutely enjoy this movie. How about you?
Yeah, I thought it was good. That was really good. I think it goes on a little too long.
Yeah, I can see that.
Like, I think it could have been... Like, I think everything that happens is needed, but I think it just could have been trimmed. But, yeah, Claire Foy, fantastic. And it really... Juno Temple, like, she's one who I've always, like, okay, yeah, she's good, but I never, like, got it with her. Now I'm like, okay.
Yeah, I'm on board.
Yeah, like, you can... Like, because I thought she was... This is kind of random, but I thought that she was... When she got cast in Dark Knight Rises, and I wasn't sure, like, how they were handling the whole Joker thing, I'm like, I wonder if she's Harley Quinn. And now after seeing that, I'm like, she would have been a good Harley Quinn.
Oh, she would have been a good Harley Quinn now.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, rest of the cast, and like, I think this movie, along with I saw Blockers a couple weeks ago, but maybe a couple weeks ago. But I think this movie plays really well with Blockers and like the age of the Me Too movement, because I think they explored in women and like what they've been through in different ways, because this movie really puts, like, it does a good job of putting you like, okay, yeah, this is a problem that we are experiencing where women aren't being believed, and like all this stuff that shouldn't be happening to them is happening just because people are not taking their word for stuff.
Yeah. And also, go ahead.
No, you go ahead.
And also the damage of that, because she never... I get that's a spoiler, but just how she's recovering from that is... It's scarred within her. Like, she's very scarred.
Yeah, they handle that really well. But... Yeah, really good movie.
Yeah, and, damn, I was going to say one more thing, but I forgot, so never mind. But a movie on to our very, very last movie. I guess our most divisive movie of them all. Actually, a lot of these have been very divisive, but which I like.
I guess divisive, but also being well reviewed.
Yeah, which I like, because I mean it gives everybody has their different opinions, and it's nice to have a little discourse. But Ready Player One, I love this movie. As much as people don't like it, this is a great adventure movie. I've seen it twice now, and it puts a smile on my face every single time it ends. I like Olivia Cooke. Once again, she's a star. She's great in it. As Artemis, Ty Sheridan is great. Even that bastard T.J. Miller, he even shows up a little bit, and his voice acting is pretty good. Ben Mendelsohn is great. Like, everybody's great. Spielberg has always done this. He takes advantage of the technology he has at hand, and he creates something magical out of it. Whether it be Tintin or I'll just use Tintin because Tintin's dealing with that CGI environment. Having that camera, just how he takes advantage of the camera and the fact that he can move it anywhere he wants to. In animation is great. Just all these in the character, the band, whether they call them the High Five, the band they got together in this movie, and I'm not going to reveal who they are, but when you actually see who they are behind their avatars, that's really fun. So I just really, really enjoy this movie, and it has all the music that I love. So that's another thing that I'm on board with. But how about you? What did you think of Ready Player One?
Great movie. Second favorite of the year.
I think it's my fourth. It might be my fourth. It's somewhere.
Yeah, I was very surprised by this or not now, I wasn't so much surprised because I was expecting to like it, and everyone complained about it wanting it to be bad beforehand. It just made me want to like it more.
Weird.
But because I saw the trailer when they released it at a Comic-Con back in July, and I'm just like, that looks very off-putting. The CGI looks horrible.
Yeah, me and you actually, we hated the trailers.
Yeah, we did a complete 360. Because, yeah, if you told me I would be the one defending this movie months later, yeah, I don't know if I would have believed you. But, yeah, it's just filled with... Because this is also my favorite Spielberg movie, and for what feels like forever, because I think a lot of his movies have felt like he's a great director, but I feel like a lot of his movies are not all overall not because I didn't love The Post, but I think the climax is very okay, yeah, he's working for it. But this felt like he was in it 100%, and he was really putting his heart into it, and his entire career as a director and a fan of this stuff. And I think there are. I mean, it's
not
problems.
Flawless. It's not a flawless
it's not
movie.
flawless, but I think there are problems that people are just they say people are like, why is it like this? It's it's like this because they actually explained in the movie. But yeah, to each their own. But yeah, Darren was getting to it. This is Ben Mendelsohn in this movie is how Ben Mendelsohn should have been in Rogue One.
Yes.
Yes. He's a great villain.
Yes.
I love Ben Mendelsohn. But I thought he sucked in Rogue One.
I don't think he sucked. He was just underused. This is how he should have been.
I mean, he was underused. But there was of his performance, I just didn't like it. But yeah, I think there's a lot.
Even what they described, even what Mendelsohn described as his character in Rogue One, this is what he's playing: the working class villain, the guy who's just trying to get to the top. This is that guy, the guy he's playing. What's his name? I gotta look at him real quick.
Nolan.
Yeah, Nolan. Yeah, Nolan. Yeah, the Nolan guy. That's who Krennic should have been. And he's not afraid to get physical. He's not afraid to get dirty. He's constantly trying to.
I loved his avatar too.
Yes,
it was like a giant version of Ben Mendelsohn with black hair.
And it kind of all those scenes kind of reminded me of Darkseid. It reminded me of Darkseid and Apocalypse, and I was just like, I kind of meant Spielberg, do you want to direct a Justice League movie? But yeah, I mean, and another thing that what you're saying about people not understanding, The Iron Giant is one of my favorite films of all time. Guys, it's a skin. It's a skin of a character. I am a person who I like Superman. Superman, for example. I don't like Superman to kill people. That's just me. But if I'm playing Far Cry 5 and someone says, "Here's a skin of Superman, and he's gonna rip through this town," guess what the fuck I'm doing? It's a skin.
Yeah, even if you're playing a Superman video game where the they haven't really made much of those, but the Incredible Hulk game based on the movie a while ago, you can literally go in that game and be a terrorist and destroy buildings.
Ultimate destruction. You knock
down
the
Hulk wouldn't do that points. Though. I mean, he would, but he wouldn't
But he wouldn't do that because there's people in it. But you're.
He wouldn't do that because out of why you're doing it in the game. It's literally controlling it's like Grand Theft Auto. You're not supposed to go around and murder civilians, but you do it anyway.
Yeah, I mean, or infamous. Infamous. You have even if you're a good guy, you can still smash the ground and you potentially kill a person. Like, you get points for destruction. Like, and it's a video game. It is a video game. That's the point. Like, I mean, and there are some people who are gamers or IGN pundits that are like, oh, wow, how dare they use the Iron Giant like that? Like, really, dude? Really? I mean, and like, at least the Iron Giant is a good guy, right? Like, at least he's on the good side. So.
Can you imagine if they made him a villain?
See, I might have been a little pissed at that.
It's a skin, though, Darren.
I know. No, I know. That was a joke. But, oh, yeah, and there's one more actress. Oh, yeah, Mike Rylance, he was great, too, as James Halliday. Because in the trailers, he looked bored, but then when I saw the movie, in the
context, you're like, okay, I get it. Yeah.
But there's one more actress. The actress who plays his sidekick. I'm trying to find her name.
Isn't it like Lena White or something?
No.
Lena White.
No, you're right. No. Oh, yeah, well, Lena White's great, too. She plays... Well,
that's not who you're talking about?
That's not who I was talking about.
Oh,
but,
okay.
No, you remember the girl who, Ben Mendelsohn's, like, sidekick?
Oh, Ben Mendelsohn's. Yeah, I can't remember her
character. Hannah John Kyman.
Yeah, I thought she was great.
Yeah,
all the performances I thought were like I saw some people saying like,
oh, holy shit!
They thought like all the performances sucked, and I'm just like, no,
they were all great. Even there's some little kids in this movie that are fantastic.
Yeah, I think whatever like the problems with the character or the problems with the characters, it's just more in the writing and how like stuff outside of the actor. Yeah, because... like I think you could have made like Wade Watts like a little bit more like distinguished, maybe like appearance wise or some of their stuff like that, if that makes sense.
Yeah,
but like Ty Sheridan, fantastic.
Yeah, I mean also like he does something toward the end with a grenade where I was just like, you couldn't have done that to begin with.
Yeah.
But like, it's not a flawless movie, but it's fun. And it's not fun in a sense of like, turn your brain off fun. It's fun. It's like, Spielberg knows how to craft a blockbuster. And he proves that time and time again. And he definitely proves that here. I'm just so glad we have another one. I'm really happy Indiana Jones 5 is coming. I'm excited for that movie. I don't care. I don't hate Kingdom of the Christmas Kid, whatever, you know what it's called. But yeah, I really enjoyed it. And she's playing Ghost in Ant-Man and the Wasp.
Who is?
The sidekick, Ben Mendelsohn's sidekick.
Who's Ghost?
The villain. Yeah. So that's gonna be fun. But yeah, that was our thoughts on the first quarter of 2018. So, two more questions for you, Miller. One, what's the big thing you're looking forward to, and the small thing you're looking forward to, and like, what's the big move you're looking forward to, and what's something that's a little under the radar that you're looking forward to in 2018?
Big thing, you know it, Venom.
Oh God,
you walked right into that one. Yeah, it won't be the best movie of. I mean, in my wildest dreams, Venom is the best movie of 2018 by the end of this year.
Something has to go wrong if that's happening. I'm sorry. I want this movie to be good for you, but my God.
But yeah, it's got. I love the mentality they're selling with it. You got Tom Hardy. They the first look of Venom on the bottle of brisk iced tea looked good from
Venom.
Yeah. It looks a little bit like I think it's just like whatever, like I'm not going to obviously judge it on a bottle, but it looks like I hope it's not like it doesn't look too much like a xenomorph or something. But I doubt that.
It sounds kind of scary, to be honest.
That's what I love about it, though.
No,
like
no,
just
like if it looked like a xenomorph, that sounds. Is that what you're saying? You want it to look like?
no. I'm just saying. I think that I thought of that when I looked at the bottle of, but I think like once they like show it in the full, his full form, I think it'll be more distinguished. But yeah, I think Sony's gonna pull it off, and if they do, Avi Arad's a god.
Oh my gosh, my skin just crawled when you said that. Ew.
But it'll like Spider-Man. We will be in 2002 again, and it will be glorious. Yeah. I'm forgetting his name, but
Ruben Fletcher.
Gangster Squad's terrible. 30 Minutes or Less is alright. Zombieland, I love it. I hope he can recapture that magic. He's got Woody Harrelson back with him, so hopefully. That's funny though that he had Zombieland or Jesse Eisenberg was in Zombieland, and then 30 Minutes or Less, and now Woody Harrelson was in Zombieland, and now Venom. But yeah, I'm hoping for the best, and I think it's gonna be good. But
small things.
Smaller thing. Probably I feel like I'm forgetting something, but probably 8th grade. I would say that's my most. It's just 8th grade.
Oh, yeah.
Because just that trailer sold me alone, and I just think it's a very interesting world because, I mean, obviously it's like it's real life, but because it's like raising questions about technology, but it's not like, oh, technology is evil, destroy it. It's not like bullshit like that, like post-apocalyptic sci-fi movie. But it's like there's a part in the I know you haven't watched the trailer, but this isn't really a spoiler. But there's a part in the trailer where they're like, to the main girl, when did you get Snapchat? And she's like, I think she's like 5th grade, and they're like, what? Because like they probably got it like 2nd grade or something, and I'm like, that's insane. Like to think about, like these 2nd graders had Snapchat, but like that's how it is now.
It's horrifying. I can't even imagine like having a phone in 2nd grade. Oh god, I didn't get a phone until 16.
I don't. What did I think 4th grade I had a phone.
Wow.
But yeah, but it was just one of those like flip phones, so it couldn't do a whole lot.
I think they all were back then.
Yeah, I mean, but it's different. But yeah, but it's different than like.
But like 10-year-olds have freaking iPhones.
Yeah, it's different than a 4th grader getting an iPhone right now.
Yeah, like jeez, they have an iPhone 7 right now, or no, that's not even the recent one. Damn it.
Oh wait, the other movie that I thought of the other movie. That I was also looking forward to the most smaller wise, but it's another A24 movie, and I'm forgetting the full title.
Don't steal mine.
What's yours?
No, go ahead. I just want to see if you're still mine.
Under the Silver Lake.
Okay. Oof.
Okay.
Oof. Okay.
But yeah, Under the Silver Lake. I didn't watch all the trailer. People like I saw a little bit of it. I'm sold. I think it's a good thing to do if you just want a little taste.
I need to start doing that.
Just stop, watch it, and as soon as your mind's like, I've seen enough, just turn it off. Like throw the computer halfway across the room if you have to. Don't do that. But yeah, I think that's a very smart thing, and it's better to not watch the trailers, and I do that with a lot of things, but the Upgrade trailer just came out. I'm not going to watch that.
Yeah, apparently you shouldn't.
I'm like, I know, like, I like Lee Winnell, and the concept sounded cool, and it's Blumhouse, but yeah, I just think that's a good thing to go. But this movie is, I really liked It Follows for the most part. Mm-hmm. And same director, Andrew Garfield, and it just looks it's like a murder mystery, but what if the person
crazy.
not murder mystery, but like disappearing person, like, but what if the person who disappeared doesn't care about the person who's looking for him? Like, that's really cool to me. And just a lot of style, like neo-noir. I don't know if that's the right term. But, yeah, I think they both come out in the summer. So, going to be a good summer. A24 is going to have another hell of a year.
Yeah, I just hope that those movies make money. Because, I mean, me personally, I like when they come out in the summer because that just punctuates the big blockbusters. Because, you know, you always want a break every now and then. But I just hope those movies...
Yeah, even if they're good, it's like, okay, it's good. So.
Yeah. Hopefully we can get some Big Six where the Big Six did make money during the summer. So, hopefully we can get that. And for mine, my big one is obvious. It comes out in a feeling. It's Avengers Infinity War. I can't fucking... And Avengers Infinity War is honestly one of the reasons I wanted to talk about this. So what I want to give these movies some love before this behemoth comes out. That's all we're going to be talking about. So, yeah, Infinity War, I cannot wait for that movie. I love that it's a culmination of the past 10 years of storytelling for Marvel Studios. And the fact that, like, growing up, I used to watch the season finales or read comic books. Like, the season finales of these animated shows would always be like, you know what, let's just, because we can draw all of these characters, let's just bring all the characters in this one episode and we can have this crazy finale. And then, like, comic books, because comic books have no budget, really, or an unlimited budget, like, you can have all these characters on a page at one time fighting each other or fighting this thing or saving the day. And the fact that we're actually getting that in a movie is insane. And we're actually getting it from quality directors and a quality studio and people who give a shit is even more insane. So, yeah, I can't wait for that movie. I hope it's good. If it's not, then, you know, I'm just gonna go to the bar. Go to the same bar I went to after I saw Justice League, so... But yeah, the smaller one I'm looking forward to is an A24 film. Surprise, surprise. It's How to Talk. Did you see this trailer? How to Speak to Girls at Parties?
I didn't see that trailer. Should I watch it or? I wasn't sure about it. Because I'm in that vein where I'm like, I don't know if I'm excited, so I don't need to watch it. I think you should
watch it then. Yeah, watch it. At least watch it until you're.
Okay.
Yeah. But it's about... Do you want to know what it's about? Well, I kind of have to say what it's about. But it's about...
Yes, it's fine.
Yeah, it's apparently about these guys, this punk band. So these guys are in a punk band, and they go to this house, and they're just like, okay, it's a house party, so just like... And then when they go inside of it, there's just all these weird people. And then one of the guys tells the main character, just like, just find a girl and, you know, talk to her. If she's quiet, just, you know, talk to her or whatever. And it comes to find out all these people are aliens. And it's pretty much, it's just a story about, I like stories where, especially either as extraterrestrial or AI, where someone has to teach someone else about humanity and how we function and how we work. And I love stories like that because it's just, you're getting to see from, like, the writer, another person's perspective of, like, what are like the check boxes that you would have to explain us? And seeing people... seeing different artists explain that is always really fascinating, and like what really makes a person tick. So it just looks weird. Apparently, it's based off of something Neil Gaiman did. But it just looks like such a weird movie, and it's right up my alley. It looks weird. It looks funny.
Didn't he do it?
Doesn't he do what?
Isn't the story from him?
Yeah, it's from something. I don't know if it's from a book or something. It's from something he did.
Okay, I thought you were saying like it's something like inspired that it seems like he would have done.
Yeah, it's inspired from him, but I just don't know exactly what it is. But it just looks weird and funny.
No, but he did the story though.
Yeah, he did the story.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, but it's how to talk to girls at parties, and and also Nicole Kidman's in it. Like she's at the end of the trailer. I was like, what?
Oh yeah, she is. So
and also speaking of stars, Elle Fanning, after I saw a 20th Century Woman in Neon Demon, she's incredible. Like, I mean, I can't wait to see how her career goes. So, yeah, that's another one. And what Miller brought up about 8th grade, hell yes. So, yeah, there's a lot of good movies coming out, and 2018 should be a good year. I think it's going to be goodness. So, and it's gonna also be a really good. Well, I guess it could be a really good year for comic movies too, except two of the contenders got pushed into 2019. But yeah, so that was our podcast for today. This is the end of the first episode of I Turned On Microphone. If you guys like this video, please give us a thumbs up. If you guys like hearing us talk about movies, rewind that real quick. If you guys like hearing me talk about movies, please hit that subscribe button. Also, I'm going to be putting this on iTunes and SoundCloud, so do what you need to do there. Like, comment, boost us up so people can see this and whatnot. Miller, where can people find you?
At Miller Farrow on Twitter.
And you can also find me on Till Last Credit. You can find me at Darren Lacy Jr.'s Reviews, at Till Last Credit, and at Darren Lacy Jr. on Twitter, and hopefully around on this. And next week, I have no idea what I'm going to be talking about, but maybe Doomsday Clock, maybe the MCU. I definitely want to do an MCU episode before Infinity War, so yeah. But we'll have a topic next week, and we'll catch you guys next time.